When I think about your previous role, you're in lots of meetings and lots of excos,
Yeah.
chatting with board members, going off to some lovely restaurants,
Yeah.
not actually getting your hands dirty, in all honesty, on many things.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
You've clearly brought this into Enville. Your main role is sort of statesman and to bring credibility to what they're doing. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. I think, we're very lucky. We've got an amazing group of individuals who are, as I say, super purpose driven. They're on a mission. They literally are like zealots. They believe what we do. They work crazy hours. And Steve in particular, is that sort of North Star that keeps everybody focused. This is what we're trying to do. I mean, like all founders, he is an ideas generator, which is just, unbelievable. He's constantly got new ideas. How are we going to disrupt this? How are we going to change that? And part of the role that I play, I think, as his partner in this business, is kind of just, trying to make sure that we stay within sufficient sort of guidelines that we actually deliver what we promise, and prioritize all of these wonderful ideas that he's got. So I'm finding that the 30 years of experience in banking, coupled with this amazing sort of idea generation from these young founders, is a very good combination. As long as you can, leave your egos at all. There isn't room in these sort of companies for credit taking and bravado and trying to be one step above anyone else. And so, very much part of the culture that Steve and I are trying to create here is a totally flat structure. The entire company gets together, every Tuesday on Zoom, from the most junior person to the most senior. We have no rank. We work together. We do lots and lots of mini hackathons. We've got a problem. We get everybody on the Zoom call. We work it out. The engineers go back, the designers go back, the marketers go back, and we execute. So,
what I'm asking though for you, Craig, is you're not having to get your hands dirty. Let's take payments, for example.
Yeah, listen, I think the reality with a startup, you get your hands dirty. Yeah, everybody gets their hands dirty. So I wasn't exaggerating. Taking every customer email that wanted to cancel an account with us. That's about as dirty as you can get your hands, because these are angry clients who've been pissed off with your service and are wanting you to close their account. So I think everybody in the company is getting their hands dirty. There just isn't room. So from writing the pitch book to talking to investors to making sure I'm on the management call every day, onwards. That's the NHS phoning to tell me that I'm okay. Can I just let it ring? So I think the reality is, no, they're probably not going to go. Give me a second.
So if you joined the call late, just so you know what Craig is doing there, he's stuck in a hotel in London on the 10-day quarantine. And the process basically is you apply, you go in, you get no choice. You might get a 1-star, you might get a 5-star. I think it's £170 a night. You've got to do a test on day 2, a test, I think it's on day 8. And you get a daily call from the NHS and others to check that you're healthy, to check that you're in your room. And as you were saying, to check that you're not suicidal, because it's a bit like a prison.
So the first question that you get asked every morning is, how are you feeling and how's your mental health? So you got to love it. You got to love it. Sorry about that.
You mentioned about the staff. I think that's awesome. There's a couple of banks out there I know who are successful because their C-suite are basically mystery shopping and getting right into the front line and dealing with customers. So that's great. But you were telling me earlier that you didn't realize payment processing is so complicated and how much work you had to do to actually truly understand it.
Yeah, and we take a lot for granted in South Africa. We've got a fairly sophisticated EFT system. You go into your app and you can load a beneficiary, you can pay them very quickly, stuff works. America doesn't have that. It's got a system called ACH, so to send money between me to you, or to pay a beneficiary, or to pay a utility bill, can take between 3 and 7 days. That's just the way it works. So you think about Amazon and you think about all of these things and you think, but it's so sophisticated. The banking system is not. It's very clunky. And it comes out of the legacy of 50 states having 50 different sets of regulation, which literally is taking a long time to unwind. So, everything that we do is getting into the detail, trying to understand, how do we take this 3 to 5 day transfer process, which is called ACH, American Clearinghouse, from 5 days down to 1 day. You know, how do we use blockchain to send money between me and you instantly and for free, perhaps using crypto? You know, how do we do that stuff? So it's for me, it's been a fantastic experience. You know, I was in payments early in my career, you know, and as you move up the ranks, you get further and further from the detail. You can't avoid the detail in a startup. You know, everybody's in it, from the coders right through to the marketing team, right through to the finance director. And you're a jack of all, you know, so master of none. You literally, you know, do everything. So, you know, I spent last night transcribing the minutes of the last board meeting. You know, there are no secretaries, there's no board secretary. You know, I'm the chairman, I must write the minutes, you know. So I spent, you know, 3 hours watching a Zoom video of the last board meeting and transcribing the minutes. That's life. And I must tell you, it's very, very refreshing. It kind of, you know about everything that's going on in this business, and you can have an influence on everything that's happening.